and good Tuesday evening to you. It is 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video, weather for Weather Geeks. It's finally turning pretty chilly after the second warmest October on record, November starting on a different note. We do have some mild weather in our forecast for next week, but until then, yeah, the chill is the story, and we've even been talking about the S word a little bit. We are at the time of the year in which we typically, in our region, see the first measurable snowfall of the year. In fact, the 30-year average date of the first measurable snowfall at the Youngstown Warren Airport is in a few days, on November the 5th. It's occurred as early as the second day of October in 2003, and we did not have measurable snowfall until December 11th, 1995. That was a chilly winter, but a relatively tame winter, snow-wise, back in 95, 96. Last year, we did have a couple of inches of snow right at the start of November, on the 1st into the 2nd, but then a few days later, it was in the 70s. We had a very warm pattern that developed during the first week to week and a half of November last year after some early month snowfall. Some parts of our area may pick up their first measurable snow of the season tonight. It's not going to be much, but it's going to be a possibility as we are firmly in a pretty decent lake effect regime across northeast Ohio, northwest PA, southwest New York as well. We've had snowflakes mixed in with rain at times today in parts of Lake County, Geauga County, Ashtabula County, heading over into southwest New York and northwest PA as well. And even as of this recording, as nearby as extreme northwestern Trumbull. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if we are starting to see a few snow grains mixed in with the rain up towards Bloomfield and Mesopotamia. This is a good setup for lake effect precipitation. Now, temperatures down here at the ground are pretty marginal. That's why you're not seeing just a sea of blue. You're seeing a fair amount of green still. We still have a mix of rain and snow showers, but above our heads, it's quite a bit colder. These are the temperatures at about 5,000 feet above our heads. The air is between 20 and 25 degrees, 5,000 feet above our heads, and so there's a big difference between that, the air temperature at the 5,000 foot level, and the water temperatures over the Great Lakes. And of course, of primary concern to us in northeast Ohio and western PA is Lake Erie, and the lake is still pretty warm. I talked about this last evening. For early November, these are warm water temperatures in the central and eastern part of the basin. You look at the legend up here, 60 degree, 64 degree temperatures are still found. That's pretty balmy water temperatures for this time of the year. So it's a pretty good setup for lake effect. And as these ground temperatures or lower atmosphere temperatures down where we are start to cool off down into the lower 30s overnight, we're going to see a gradual changeover from rain showers to at least a mix, if not some snow showers and flurries for a few hours. It's not going to add up to much, but could your windshield get covered in some spots? Yeah, maybe even just a quick coating in some areas of Trumbull and Mercer counties, especially. Farther south you are away from Interstate 80, smaller chances of seeing much of anything other than a sprinkle or a flurry overnight tonight. So our odds of seeing more than an inch are pretty low, maybe a 1 in 5 chance of a random heavier snow shower, perhaps giving a little bit more than an inch to some parts of Trumbull and Mercer, but I wouldn't bank on that. I think the odds are pretty low. Odds are much higher. This is not much more than conversational snow. First snowflakes of the season for some overnight tonight. Still in a lake effect regime for tomorrow. The flow gets interrupted a little bit. The temperature profile of the atmosphere is favorable, but the wind flow is not exactly great. The moisture is a little lacking, and so yeah, there could be some sprinkles and even some snow flurries and snow grains and maybe a little grapple trying to mix in from time to time tomorrow. But it's just going to be conversational. It's nothing that's going to be all that impactful. Same idea on Thursday. Still have that northwest flow over the lakes. Still have that chance for, at times, some snow flurries, especially early in the day. Maybe a couple of rain showers in the mix by midday, early afternoon. Maybe some grapple trying to mix in. Finally, as high pressure builds overhead by Thursday night and Friday, it'll clear the sky out. It's going to be cold and frosty Friday morning, and that's going to shut down the lake effect. And actually, this high gives us plenty of sunshine for Friday and the upcoming weekend. Yet another reminder, if you've been watching a lot of Weather Geeks lately, I've been doing these reminders a lot lately because it's a big deal. It's our annual winter forecast. We put a lot of work and effort into these forecasts. November the 4th is Thursday, debuting at 6 o'clock on 21 News. Between the 6 and 11 newscasts, I'll put a version online, much like kind of the Weather Geek videos, that will be quite a bit more detailed than the short, to-the-point version you're going to see on TV. Let's talk about our average annual snowfall across our region. Here's a look at the numbers based on 30-year averages. Of course, lake effect is the primary driver behind this map. We oftentimes see just regular snowstorms, of course, but because we live in a lake effect prone region, amounts are quite a bit higher. Once you're north of I-80, and especially up into more of the Cleveland television market, Geauga County, Lake County, Ashtabula County, up into Crawford County, PA as well, up into the Erie TV market as well. But even in our TV viewing area, we have kind of a secondary snow belt, of course, that extends down into Trumbull County, down into parts of Mercer County. Even the western part of Mahoning County tends to get more lake effect and lake enhanced snow than the eastern part of Mahoning County. So a place like Beloit and Sebring and Craig Beach, Austintown, Berlin Center, Ellsworth Township, places like that tend to get a little more snow than a place like Poland or Struthers, North Lima, New Springfield, etc., etc. And there's a relative min, usually, in the Mahoning River Valley, where the elevations are a little lower. So think from downtown Youngstown up to Warren, there tends to be a little bit of a reduction in the average annual snowfall in that region. Columbiana County, firmly in the 30 to 40 inch range as far as annual snowfall goes, but yeah, pretty tight gradient between southern Trumbull and northern Trumbull County. You go from averaging about maybe 38 inches of snow per year to more than 70 once you're up towards Mesopotamia, over towards the Kinsman area, and into Greenville, PA as well. How will this year's snow compared to average? We're going to reveal that coming up on 21 News at 6 and 11 on Thursday here on my online venues, including Facebook and YouTube, as well as my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. I will put a written version with just as much detail, if not more, on my weather blog if you're a little more of a reader. But chances are, if you're watching minute 7 of this video, you don't mind watching long videos on the internet. So watch the video, read the blog, watch on TV, consume all the winter forecast content in about 48 hours. Hope to see you then, and I'll see you tomorrow evening for a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks.